Greetings and welcome, Soul Tribe and Soul Family. I am Sadi Soul, Soul Sadi. I am her, and she is me. Here, we are all about our anchors to whole being healing, or the process of allowing wholeness, reconnection, harmony, and balance of our spirit, mind, and body, and becoming active participants in our own whole being healing process by learning to tap into the inner wisdom and knowledge that is within each and every one of us. So today I wanted to talk about starting or beginning your spiritual journey, right? So I will say that I've been knowing about my spiritual journey since the age of 9, right? So one day, it was toward the end of the school year. I was walking home from school, right? And I don't know if you want to call it an angel or a being came to me and told me about my purpose, right? And so it was like it lit a spark within me. Now, I will say that most of my adult life was kind of shaped by that, right? But the issue was that um, if I'm supposed to go through door 4, I would travel along the path right on the side, but never go through door 4. My entire life, I would dabble, but never truly commit. I was fearful, right? I was afraid, not of my purpose per se, but of the transformation and the changes I would have to go through in order to be that, to step into that, right? To stand in that, to stand in my power and walk in my purpose. At that time, I didn't realize that my entire life or the events in my life were still shaping me. It wasn't about trying to be perfect or anything like that. I'm not sure if there's really such a thing. Um, it's all about perception, right? It's about the unknown. My entire life, I've always felt like I never truly fit in, right? Like most people just didn't get me for whatever reason, right? That was another one of my fears of being ostracized. And when you're young, you always want to be part of something, the group. And then I also used to, I used to daydream a lot, right? I had a whole another world inside of my head. And this was as I grew older, well into my adulthood. And I knew that one day I would have to give that up, right? That was hard because it was something I had been doing as long as I could remember. But as an adult, I decided to at least be willing, right? Because I wanted fulfillment. And I knew that if I was here for a certain or particular purpose, I wouldn't be fulfilled until I was fulfilling that purpose, walking in it. And something kept nudging me, it kept pulling me, right? The fear of the unknown, most of you can feel that nudge, though, that pull. Over the years, I've had the chance to talk to dozens of people who are having the same issue, right? We tend to focus on the fear of the unknown versus starting out with what we have, where we are, and who we are at any particular time. I realized that if I had a specific purpose, then everything that I needed I already had within me. It was a matter of focusing in on that versus what wasn't there, who I felt that I wasn't, my conditioning, my program, who I told I was, who I told I was supposed to be, right? I had to recognize and acknowledge the fear, but to look past that and see what was on the other side of the fear. I had to look right into it. We're told that we have to get rid of fear, that we have to get rid of the doubt. But it's not necessarily about getting rid of the doubt or the fear, um, because behind all of the emotions are messages. And for years, I focused on getting rid of the doubt, getting rid of the fear. And years later, it was still there. So it's not a matter of getting rid of it. It's a matter of transmuting it to look right into it, right? To become aware of the message that's behind emotion or the fear. And so becoming, being, and fulfilling I look at them as like skills, right? And like any other skill, we have to build up our capacity and ability to be what we already are, right? To continue to pull back the layers of conditioning and programming. To be okay with the doubt, the fear, the shame, the guilt. They're feedback, letting us know what part of us needs healing, letting us know what we're focused on, what area or areas in our lives need our attention, our love, right? To take some deep breaths and to listen to the emotions and the message they bring versus trying to get rid of them. Listening and allowing them to be listening and then allowing that energy behind it to be released versus holding on to them, right? Or feeling that we are the fear, feeling that we are the guilt, we are the shame. So start on your journey, start with where you are, right? What you currently have, right? Take some deep breaths and go in the direction of that nudge. Go in the direction of your joy. Go in the direction of what feels like freedom. And continue to listen and release anything that's weighing you down and unfulfilling. Allow yourself to be as great and as powerful and wonderful as you are, right? Become aware of your intentions. We all, within us, we all have a power. We all have a spark. We all have a greatness. But many times we keep getting in our own way. We don't allow that. We are conditioned to do the opposite, right? So be sure to keep tuning in, to look into it, to build yourself up, to be able to look into the fear, the guilt, and to really focus in on the message behind it, to focus in on what it is that you truly, your heart and soul truly desire versus what you don't want, right? Okay. So make sure you take some time out today and really sit down and focus in on your spiritual journey, right? And pay attention to the feedback that your emotions or your bodily sensations are telling you. So be sure to check out the Anchors to Whole Being Workbook series and the merch on www.sadisoulsoulsadi.com. Until next time, here's to Whole Being Healing. Peace, love, light, and bliss. Ashe.